Baratua ke rona hape re a continue ka di questions and the answers. Dorika has some more questions, so dulang fatshe repang, and then we are here to give the information along with that to any other person. So thank you so much. Bathandekayo during the question, Dorika's questions are so difficult, and but we depend on God, and anyway we are not here to make them feel like it is not something that is real, and even our talk, even our response, you respond from where you are, and but hoping or somebody will get the enlightenment or might get the answers somehow. So I'm all yours, Dor.
Thank you so much, Karen Mama. Real life, real situations,
Yes.
real questions.
Yes.
So that is where we are. If you can able to answer some of the questions, or if you can even type your questions down below. If you have any questions that we have not tackled, she will gracefully answer you. Yes, thank you so much. So, but my next question is, how can someone truly love their spouse? You know, while they're still tied up to the past. How can you truly say this person truly loves me? Well, while their heart is still in other places with their exes, can that person say, I truly love this person while they're still tied to the past?
There's no such a thing of loving this man while I am still with Stanley. There's no other way. That one, it is just a lie that people tell themselves that I love the person, I love you, and I still care about that one or something. It's a lie. You cannot, let me make an example. Whenever I want to receive, I will have to let go of something. So in order for this person to love this person, they have to drop this baggage of the person that they are carrying in their heart. Dolly Parton sings the song that says, just someone I used to know, someone that when I come, when they ask who is in the picture with me, this picture was not the real picture. It was the picture that was imprinted in her heart. So I just say someone I used to know, someone I used to love, someone I used to share life with. So you could see that Dolly Parton was carrying this person wherever she was going, and she was unable to love men that were coming in her life, because here is the picture. When you say to this person, yes, I love you, yes, I'll marry you, yes, I'll serve you, or the man saying the same thing, it is highly impossible, because every time you say words of love or thinking of love, this picture is also preaching to your mind. So you end up being torn into two places, and only actions will show that this person says he loves me or she loves me, but in actual fact this person is in love with someone else. And the Bible says, how can one serve two masters? The other master is going to suffer. So it is just like that even in a relationship. Another master is going to suffer, is not going to get the full love and everything, and the other one is going to enjoy. So that one we are not going to sugarcoat it and say, no, it is possible. It is not possible. It's either you choose that I love this person and I leave that one, or this one is just a prop. This one is just my prop, so that people are not even aware that I'm doing this, but my heart belongs with that particular person. That's why also Basotho they say, monna ke wa hao, but lerato ke la ka."
Sure.
It is when they are mocking each other, especially basadi ba Basotho wa bona. So bari monna, when you are having the husband, when you are living with this man in this house, but the love of this man belongs to another person. So you are in love with the structure, not the real person, the content, the inner man. No, the inner man is not there. He belongs to another person. So once you live with the structure, you are going to see loopholes somewhere that there's something that is missing. It is because you are not in love with the inner person. The inner person, the love, because love comes from within. This love that comes from within, it is with somebody. Even when they fantasize, they are fantasizing about the person that is somewhere, not the person that is in front of them.
And it's true because, like you say, love is from within. No matter how much you try to act loving towards somebody, if your emotions are tied somewhere, your spirit will be able to pick it up. And people think that cheating is only when it's only physical. No. Also your emotions, your spirit, your intellect. You can cheat your wife with your emotions, with your intellect, or other spiritual. Where you are bound to another woman mentally more than your wife. And it's really a painful thing, because every king deserves loyalty. So you cannot have two masters like you are saying. I'm just reminded of a scripture that I was sharing this week, where is Isaiah 6. I think I shared with you for a little bit. Isaiah 6, where the Bible says, when King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. You know, there was a king who was there, and there was a King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And Isaiah could not see the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, because there was still this king who was still alive. And immediately when that king dies, because he was ruling over Judah at that time with his leprosy and everything else oppressing at that time. So he could not see beyond that. His loyalty was in that realm. And immediately when that king died, he was able to see the king. So even with our relationships, there's no way that you can be multitasking your heart.
Never.
No. That's why you cannot serve God and idols. Let every idol die in your heart. And as much as God wants loyalty from us, what more of us between us who are lovers?
Same thing.
It is a painful thing, but sometimes, but we are together, we are in love, but you sense there's something that is missing. Why? Because somebody is loyal to a bond. Somebody is loyal to somebody. He's actually feeding, or she's actually feeding onto something. He's still attached, whether they say it or not. You know, because when you become one, you actually become one, like click together. You know, the two shall become one in fact, but it is not it. I think also it is why God said we should not be equally yoked or sexually together before marriage. You know, because now when you have had intercourse before you are married, and then you come and have another person, that thing that you have felt from that, you're still gonna, you know, like, why can't I feel this what I felt? Now you are comparing this other person with Cynthia, Judia, flip me, like, even as a woman, tomorrow you want to be touched like this, because you have felt many hands before, and you want that, you know. It is even more of the things of the spirit that you know, your spirit is tied to so many places, and you find that your marriage is not fully what's the word? You are not fully
functional.
Yeah, functional. Yes, because of that disease. If I can put it like that.
And Dorika, as you say that, you know, many marriages, some of marriages are not divorcing because of infidelity as such. It is because someone is tied up somewhere. It's a donkey that is tied up in Matape, and then this donkey is tied up also at Dorica, at current mama, at Puseletso, at Kutlwano, you understand? So it ends up, this person ends up being confused because now they cannot be stable, they cannot cling to one person because they are all over. And remember, we are spirit before we are the flesh.
Yes.
So your spirit is scattered. And once your spirit is scattered, your emotions are going to be scattered. And there will never be that connection between these two people. You'll be hugging the person, you know, or cuddling with this person, but you can feel they are not doing anything, but you can feel that we are together in this cuddle, but there's something that is missing. Just know that that person is tied up somewhere. The body is here, but the love is somewhere else, even the emotions, everything. Yeah.
You're reminding me of a sermon that I listened to many years ago. Prophetess Juanita Bynum, then she was still a prophetess, now she's go by Dr. Bynum. Juanita Bynum, you know, no more sheets. It was a popular message then, you know, where she said, you know, my private parts were all over the world, you know, Georgia, wherever, all over, and you need to come to a place where you collect yourself before you go into a marriage. You collect yourself. It also takes prayer that, Father, collect my breasts, collect my bumps, whoever is touched, you know, collect me. Let me go into, when I walk through the aisle to say I do, let me be together, not only in makeup and thing, but let my soul, my spirit and body be in love, so that when I fully give myself to this person, it is not only in words and exchanging vows, but my whole be, my mind is set onto this. It's just as we are committing our lives to Christ, you cannot not be half. It's either you are giving or nothing. Yeah.
And it is so dangerous that we do not collect ourselves, like you are saying, because this man is waiting to get married to an intact person, and the wife also, or the woman, is also marrying an intact person, not knowing that you are marrying a scattered person, and you are going to see later that no, this person is not complete, and it is dangerous. That's why people end up fighting. That's why even the spirit of infidelity comes in. It has a door, it has a way of coming in, and you will find yourself being confused, not knowing what you want because of that. So you are correct that let's start on a clean slate, in true sense of the word. Not saying it's a clean slate while it's a clean slate because we start listening, but you are not starting with the person that you are entering into marriage with. Make sure that there's nothing that can pull you by the side, come this side, go that side. You are here and you are focusing here, because the focus is important in marriage. Marriage is not just something. It is not something and because people think it's where I don't want to die alone, I don't want to grow alone. It is not only about growing, but God is on a mission of doing something, of achieving something through the two of you. So how can you achieve the work of God if we're now utali bosi poli bosi pokasi bo tembili bo tembekasi, all these people it is dangerous, because it at the or in the long run it becomes mockery to God. Your marriage will be an insult to God because of how you conduct yourself. God cannot judge you by your past, but what you do in marriage will affect how God judges you, because you did not work on yourself, and people are afraid to sit down and visit themselves and journey and find what is wrong, where can I fix it, whom can I talk to, let me pray, let me do this, so that everything is cleared and I can be able to live with this particular person. So we need to really wake up as people and start respecting marriage. we enter into marriage because of either lack of understanding, or we thought marriage is about sex, or marriage is about, leaving my mother's house so that I can have independence. Marriage is not about independence. Once you enter, I think, let me say this, I think independence is in your mother's house or father's house. Once you enter into marriage, there's no independence, because now we are colleagues. And we need to hold hands whenever. No one is supposed to live in each other's hand or your partner's hand. You need to have this person by the hand every day. When you go this side, but you do that by communicating, by doing things, by opening up, by being, naked before your partner without hiding anything and everything. But by being, this is me, I am an open book, and as we walk this journey together, let's walk like this, and it is going to be easy for you or for both of you to live together and understand each other and keep on hearing from God. If there's a change, if now lenka dito or later this or later that, later you turn or whatever the case may be, you are together and you can feel each other's heartbeat. You know when you are in sync with your partner, when this person is in Lesotho and you are here, when the person falls, maybe because of whatever, they stumble and fall, where you are, you can feel that there's something that is wrong. What could be the problem? It's either you pray or you take a phone. My love, what is happening? I'm not feeling okay. Just know that you are in sync with this person. So that is the level that we need to arrive at, so that we don't hurt each other unnecessarily in marriage, and so that we can understand that we are in this together and there's no independence. In marriage, there's no freedom. You cannot live your life the way you want because you are here.
The way you used to live.
Exactly.
Before you can walk the aisle, clean your phone. Why should we have 3 passcode and with face unlocking and fingerprint unlocking
Imagine.
and you want to share the most private things, pass or whatever together, but you cannot share phone. I think the phone comes in question when we have not dealt with other things outside, because you are still carrying that long list with you on the phone that entertains you, but you're saying I do. It does not really make sense. It does not make sense.
It's really dangerous. But we hope people will learn and the message will be received. We are not here to play, especially because we did not employ ourselves. We have been employed by God, and we need to please Him. Yes.
So can a marriage survive when one spouse is comparing you to other people that they have been with before? Can a marriage survive when one spouse keeps comparing you to their past?
Past, you mean partners?
Yes.
That marriage will survive through the grace of God. Otherwise, it is doomed from the beginning if we are going to live, because this person is going to expect your behavior to be like of that person. So it is not going to be nice. But at the same time, it will depend. What are these things that you are being compared to? What did that partner do that always they keep on being brought back in the picture and everything? If it is because this partner, the current partner, is not doing things thoroughly or properly, it is better that this other partner asks the partner, why are you always comparing me to that particular person? Is there a way that you expect me to behave or to do things, or conduct, the whole conduct? Is there a way that you want me to change? And then what is the proper way, or what is it that you expect from me, so that I end up doing exactly what you want. Yes.
Wow. Okay, what happens? I mean, the stories that we hear when you are intimate with your partner, and then during that time, this person calls somebody's name other than your name. How do you come back from that? How can you mesh that gap? Because it's obvious that person is still in that vein, even though they are not together. And it's even more dangerous that they are saying their name in the most intimate and vulnerable time that you are spending together. How do you flush that person?
It's shocking. It will shock me that. But you know, Papa, my husband.
Don't say it.
No, not Papa used to do that.
Okay.
But not during intimacy, ne? But we'll be sleeping. Maybe my hand on him, and he'll be saying, Tsepiso, I love you. Naturally, because he full of action. Wake up. Who is Tsepiso? Who is Tsepiso? Why are you calling Tsepiso when you are with me? What is wrong? Who is Tsepiso? What is it? No, it was just a dream. But why the name Tsepiso? What is wrong with Tsepiso? Why are you not calling me? Because when we slept, it was me next to you. But all of a sudden, you are dreaming of Tsepiso. So coming out, I think it will depend on the person. Like myself, if he gives me an explanation, I could hear that he was lying. I could hear. And sometimes he will even, you could see that this person was in a mood of doing something with the very same Tsepiso while I am here. But now when after asking him, and he said, no, it was a dream, hey, what, you know, I'm like that, stories. Okay, I just tell myself that I don't know who Tsepiso is, so let me accept the story that he's telling me, so that I can have peace of mind. Because you can try to interrogate the man or the person. If they don't want to tell you the truth, they will lie even when you see that it was something very, very serious. So when I help yourself by coming out, by finding ways to deal with the matter, the situation, because if you don't do that, you will stuck there, and you will never be able to move forward.
It's very true. Yeah. Should a couple disclose all their past pains? Should they be like, or it's better to leave some things? Should you just go everything you become like, or is that some things that you can keep for yourself?
My husband should be my safe space, and I should be a safe space for him. Meaning, I'm not supposed to be scared to tell him whatever. Like Papa knows even the things that people were saying. How could you tell a man something like that? There's nothing that he does not know. I opened myself, and even he said everything to a point that I was aware of his girlfriends, and before, because we stayed together before we can fall in love, before we could be lovers. So he will just go to these 100 women, he will go out to them. Sometimes he will bring them in the house, and later they were cut off, that now I am in love with that woman that I'm staying with, so never come back. They could not understand, because I was on a transition. I was here for some time, waiting to go back to Lesotho because of the circumstances. But now he told them, and even after that, we sat down and we said, not because I'm open, because I don't want to see somebody coming here to claim a certain things, or something, and now you need to talk about that particular person, but you can't speak because you did not tell me. So the best thing is tell everything, let's put everything on the table. So he was a little bit reluctant, but because of my own openness, he was forced or he was encouraged to speak, and he said everything, the most darkest things, he spoke about them. I spoke about my own dark side of life before we got married. So there's nothing, let's open. If we don't open, I don't think it is proper, because we are hiding things, and along the way they are going to affect us. So let's share, let's speak openly. So
Okay. Well, how do you help a partner who refuses therapy or counseling? How can you help that person?
sure. I don't know, because I really can't say. It will depend on the person that is advising the partner to have counseling. But I think myself, I was forcing it to Papa, because at some point he needed counseling, but he was not aware, and he was refusing, especially as an abusive husband that he was. Maybe he was shy, but I had to force this counseling in a way that I would just call people, because I knew that if I can say, let's go see the pastor, let's go see whoever, he will say, no, I don't need counseling. I can give them counseling myself. I don't need it. So I had to call people, pastors, different people that I was believing that they could help, and they will just come without him knowing. And after they left, he will insult me and tell me that, who said I'll be afraid of those people? You think you are clever, you are this, you are that. But they kept on coming. They kept on coming until, So it depends on a person. If you feel that this person is not willing, just invite people without his knowledge, and he will just see them in the house.
But there are those partners that are, I don't know whether to use the word stubborn, that they can, even in the presence of those people, just get up and go. Are you coercing me or what? You know what I'm doing? So there are those kind of partners that will say, oh, so I thought this was just lunch. You see? So in the presence of those people, I'm not going to answer anything. This was supposed to be lunch, so we're not going to be doing about anything else. So that I believe people differ, and other people are born crazy, I believe. And I hope your partner is not like that. But my last question before we go is, Karen Mama, what does healing look like practically in a healthy marriage? When you say this marriage is complete, it is healed, because I believe it is only God who can do the healing. What does that healing look like? Because you have gone through the worst, and God has healed, and God is still healing. But what are the practical things that you can point out what this marriage is healed? I know there's no 100% perfection, but there's some kind of healings that you can highlight, or no, this is a healing in this marriage.
Healing is being able to talk about your past without even fighting. You may have some sad emotions, but you are not going to make it a big deal. You are not going to make a hill out of that. You are not going to make a mountain out of that hill. And also, when something that is affecting you happens in the house, this partner, the one, especially let's talk about like Musala Papa, because everything he was just, speaking like the feelings. He is the only person that we should always tremble and but if uta feel like I spoke bad or kautella with disrespect to him, maybe people were here, we were playing Ludo, and I spoke somehow, and he decides to hold himself, and then later or maybe tomorrow when everybody is at work, at school, wherever, and then he says, I did not like the way you spoke yesterday. You could see that, yeah, it is, this is healing, and healing has taken place. Yes, it is still taking place. Like you remember one time you came here and the Papa was firing. No, Osdorika, don't pray. Go. Hey, what you remember that day? He was, he was on fire and full. But later, that night, we were, the two us in the sitting room. He said, yeah, no, I did not say anything. I was just looking and watching TV without talking to him. He said, my darling, I'm sorry the way I acted that side. I'm sorry. I think it was misunderstanding. And looking back, knowing that he's not such kind of a person, that is when I realized that I think this man is healed and is healing. And I also think that I am healing. So together as a family, I think we are on the right direction, because we are no more approaching things the same way. We are no more talking the same way. Everything, even when we discuss, there's order. Even if we are talking with temperatures high, but we still have that thing of saying, okay, I've spoken, now it's an opportunity to speak. We still give each other an opportunity. But what is important, we end up the solution or way forward, or a way of compromising all of us, or if it is between me and him, we find a way better than the way we did yesterday or last time. So it's one of the things. And the number of fights that we are having will tell you that these people are human beings, but healing has taken place. So if that is the case, progress, because every minute we will fight about this phone, we will fight about this bottle, everything. So but the number of fights are very, very minimal, and it shows that there's progress, there's maturity, there's growth, there's everything that is needed.
I think when the IS triggers, that is when sometimes you are angry, you are shouting, you are what, because there are some things that needs to be resolved, things that are not addressed, or things that you are afraid even to address, but you have this mountain of emotions, the volcano that is erupting underneath, but because your marriage is not a safe space, every time there are tiny arguments, because there's something that there are some things that you are afraid to even to address.
And also the issue of the triggers. I don't think other people are responsible for our triggers, but now we can be in a position where how peace, let me say, when there is peace in a home and you feel this person one trigger when he speaks like this, when the one that is being triggered, from which perspective? No, I don't think intentional. And I can't somebody can say something you trigger